facility. In fact, as you rightly brought out, this is the only facility in the Indian Army which is undertaking overhaul and rebuild of tanks.
Right.
And tanks, as you are aware, the main battle tanks of the what are held. We have T-72s, we have the T-19s, we have the Arjuns now.
Sure.
We've been taking on for last almost 20 years T-72s.
Right.
And this year we started the first overhaul of tank T-90, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And historically, so this workshop has been overhauling all varieties of tanks, starting from Stuarts, Churchills,
I'm sure,
Centurions,
yeah.
and we've supported all wars, whatever the armored formations required. Base repair facility, overall facility. We had a major role in Vijayantas. That was almost for 20 years we did Vijayantas, the first Indian manufactured
Yes,
MBT.
that's right.
And then we graduated to T-72.
I saw some boat outside as I was entering. 1940 onwards, you've been
Yeah,
doing
it's
this.
almost eight decades. 80 years
decades.
this workshop has been supporting the field army
Right.
and the armored formations for the punch. Because when a tank goes from my workshop,
Yes.
it is as good as a new tank, and when it comes, it's done lot of exploitation.
Absolutely. So we would wonderful to see how you do it.
So
Because
like
it's a skill.
like I mentioned.
Yeah.
So when a tank is a major weapon platform,
Absolutely.
and it has a life of almost 30 to 40 years, which is supposed to be exploited.
Right.
And in this life, you need to have a scheduled intervention, which is a medium reset and an overhaul. So we do the overall part here, and it requires to undergo this overall because after getting exploited, even in high altitude, in Ops Snow Leopard and the deserts, it undergo a lot of exploitation and the wearing of the systems happen.
Sure.
So out here we rebuild the entire tank from the scratch and make sure that all systems are upgraded, refurbished and functioning as a new tank. So presently,
Wonderful.
presently you are in the overall bay number 1.
Right.
We received the tank in a class 5 state. Class 5 is the last stage of its classification. And moment the tank is received, we start stripping it. This is the stripping assembly. As you can see around, the tanks are now, the tanks are there. This is the one which has been received now.
Okay. This is an engine, right?
This is the engine. So
Okay.
this tank has been stripped. The hull, this portion we call as the hull.
Right.
And if you see back, there's the turret. So first
That's
action
the
is to
turret.
separate the hull and turret.
Okay.
And then we disassemble the entire tank into almost 8,000 sub-components.
8,000.
8,000 plus, there's a
Wow.
small figure.
Right.
It's like a small that mechanic nut bolt.
Okay.
So we tag, we check the components, and
Right.
then we start rebuilding all these 8,000 components.
So for each of these activity, each of this process, you will have specialists who have been trained on this.
Yes. So what is the way we build our skill sets is we train on the job.
Right.
Any new recruit coming in, any new civilian work